Julie Ryan, noted psychic and medical intuitive, is ready to answer your personal questions, even those you never knew you could ask. For more than 20 years, as she's developed and refined her intuitive skills, Julie used her knowledge as a successful inventor and businesswoman to help others. Now, she wants to help you grow, heal, and get the answers you've been longing to hear. Do you have a question for someone who's transitioned? Do you have a medical issue? What about your pet's health or behavior? Perhaps you have a loved one who's close to death and you'd like to know what's happening. Are you on the path to fulfill your life's purpose? No matter where you are in the world, take a journey to the other side and ask Julie Ryan.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm so delighted that you're with us this week. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all around the world, and by answering life's unanswerable questions. And we've got several callers on hold this evening, and what we're going to do is we'll go to them in just a minute. But in the meantime, what we're going to do is talk about my free giveaway, because I think this is show 94, 93 or 94, 94, I think. And so in celebration of my 100th show, which is coming up, what we're going to do is give away a free session for $155. It's valued at $155, and I'm going to do a drawing. So I thought I'd give you a month to get it done. I need you to do these 3 easy things. I sound like an infomercial. I need you to do these easy things by the 1st of May, and they are: follow me on Instagram at AskJulieRyan, subscribe to my blog at AskJulieRyan.com, and then write a review on iTunes about why you like the podcast. And then that just helps other people find it. So those are 3 easy things. Follow me on Instagram, Ask Julie Ryan, write a review on iTunes, Ask Julie Ryan, and subscribe to my blog at Ask Julie Ryan. And my blog, what I do is I take a question that somebody has submitted online, and I answer it, and then I send it out on Thursday mornings. So easy peasy. And it's going to be fun to see who wins that. So just keep that in mind. And for all the information on this, just go to my website, AskJulieRyan.com, and you can go to the events page, and it's listed. So that's easy, too. See, I'm trying to make it easy for you to be a winner here. So anyways, we've had a couple people that have just joined us, so I'm going to mute you guys, and then I'll come back to you if you're wondering what I'm doing. But our first caller this evening is Marie, and I think Marie's with us. Hi, Marie.
Hi, Julie.
How are you, girl?
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
I'm well. Just a little tired, but I'm so excited.
Well, me too. I'm excited you're on. Please tell everybody where you're calling from.
I am calling from Tønsberg, Norway, which is about an hour and a half south of Oslo.
Goodness, girl. What's the time there?
It is 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh. Well, no wonder you're tired.
Mm-hmm.
God love you for doing that. Well,
I had to set my alarm clock twice.
Yeah, well, thanks so much for joining us. My goodness, that's way beyond the call of duty to get up in the middle of the night and join us from Norway, but how exciting.
Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, you bet. Well, do you have a question for me?
I do. We recently moved back to Norway from Sarasota, Florida, about 4 months ago, and I've opened up a business. I'm a skincare therapist, and I just want to know, I taught yoga in the past, and it's I feel that it's my dharma, almost like my life purpose, but I really enjoy what I do now. But I just want to know where this is going. Do you see it being successful? How much time will it take before it starts picking up? Can you help me with this?
Sure, absolutely. So tell us about your skincare business.
Yes, it's the company's Clinique M Aesthetics, and I do facials, advanced skincare therapy.
Okay.
Private yoga. That's about it.
Oh, terrific. Okay, and it's, are you in the military? Are you, is your family in the military, Marie?
No, my husband is Norwegian.
Oh, I was going to say, you don't
That's
have
why
much
I'm
of an
here.
accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
What a
No.
good wife. Moving to another country for your husband. Holy moly. Goodness.
Yeah.
Well, you get the wife of the year award or something for that.
No.
And what it changed to go from
No.
Sarasota to Norway. Goodness.
Yeah.
That's like a serious ecosystem change, I would think, too. Do you get to see the northern lights?
No, we're too far south.
Too far. Too bad. I've seen them once.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know.
At the tip of Canada, and oh my gosh, they're so amazing.
They're beautiful. Yeah, I've seen them once,
Good.
but not down this far.
Okay, so your questions are, is the business going to be successful? I'm going to ask those questions. I'm going to get an answer in my head. I'm going to give you that answer. And then when we start asking specifics, we'll preface it with, is it in my best interest to? Because that's going to encompass all variables in the future. Okay? So will Marie's skincare therapy and yoga business be successful in Norway? I'm getting a yes before the question's even asked all the way. Is it in Marie's best interest to continue to do her skincare and yoga business in Norway? What's the first thing that pops in your head, Marie?
Yes.
I got a yes, too. Okay. So what was your other question? When will it be successful?
No, about how much time will it take before I start getting busy? I've been here 4 months. I know that's not very much time. See, I have to explain. I lived here for almost 20 years, and then we moved to Sarasota for almost 6 years, and we just recently moved back.
Okay.
So I have a lot of earlier clients or earlier students that have now become facial clients or skincare clients.
So people that you knew before.
Right. But I've actually gotten a couple of new people that I don't know. So I'm just wondering about how much time before my list starts getting full or my days start filling up.
Okay. So what are you doing to promote the business?
I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, offering specials for new clients. Yeah.
Do you find that it's word of mouth more than anything?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. And is there a demographic that you're going after, like an age group or a...
No, not in particular. I'll take teenagers up to, I've worked with women in their 80s. Okay.
It's interesting you said teenagers because that's been coming in. I've gotten three thoughts on that about teenagers, to market to teenagers. And in Norway, do they do a thing like prom season like they do in America? You know, like in the spring they're going to proms and that kind of thing? Okay.
No, they have that usually in the, not in the spring, normally January, February.
Okay. So we've missed that window. But there's something for you to tap into with teenagers. And then when you tap into it with the teenagers, they're going to bring their moms and their sisters and their friends moms, and it's going to grow exponentially. So I would consider, and this is the entrepreneurial side of me here, when somebody asks me a business question, my brain just starts firing. It's just how information comes in. And
shoot it at me.
Okay. All right. What I'm getting is offer some kind of a special or a drawing or something in some area high schools and with the girls. And then, have people enter like a drawing or a giveaway or something, maybe even connect it with a health class or something to do with, with something that the girls are taking. That would be predominantly girls. I don't imagine that the girls and the guys do phys ed together, but maybe they do. I don't know. But I would think they're still separate. And I would do something along those lines. Also through churches, like teen groups, youth groups at churches, and those kinds of things too. I would explore that. There's something really big here with teenagers with you. And like I said, it's going to pull through other family members and their friends. And, they're like a hotline of what's good.
Right.
If one of them likes something, all their friends know about it in short order.
Right.
So I'm getting that very strongly. The other thing I want to do is let me pull up a graph in my head, because I see bar graphs on businesses, and I used to do this for my own businesses, especially when I was expanding internationally, and I would see a bar graph with sales on it, and it would show me which countries would be the most advantageous for me to expand in with companies that I owned, which was really kind of handy. It was kind of like having secret information, but, kind of like secret agent stuff in my head. And so what I'm seeing is May of next year, it's going to be off the charts. In the meantime, though, it's going to start up. I think it's going to start really kicking in like May of this year, but I just keep getting this teenage thing. Got to market to the teenagers. Teenage girls.
It's right. It's strange that it's not strange you're getting it, but that's exactly what I was picking up on a few days ago.
Oh, interesting.
Marketing toward teenagers. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
because their face, they're just trying to look good, and some of them have skin issues. And, oh my gosh, you help somebody clear their face of acne, you will be so crazy busy. You won't be able to deal with it. Yeah.
I know. But I've experienced, though, that people keep me as a secret sometimes. When I was in Sarasota, there was an incident where I had helped a woman with her face, and she had met her friend the day after, who was also a client of mine, who was coming to me that next day. She had commented on her face, "Oh, what have you done?" And she didn't even tell her she was visiting me, or she had come to visit me. So she almost kept me a secret.
She getting Botox and injectables and stuff like that, or just a facial?
No, just a microneedling. Well,
yeah,
it's the next best thing to Botox.
Yeah, I can see that. That she just didn't want to go there.
Didn't want to share the love.
Yeah, but the teenagers are going to be all over it. You're going to be the greatest thing in town if you help those girls clear up their faces, and especially if they've got some big event that they're looking forward to, and they look radiant there, and then all their friends are going to want to know, and they're going to be talking. So, women, I can see women not wanting to discuss that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
That's a bummer for me.
But what's going to happen is those teenagers are going to be pulling in a bunch of other people for you, including their moms and their grandmothers. So good luck with that. Okay, thank you so much for getting up in the middle of the night and calling us.
Thank you so much for having me. Could I ask you, my husband is also a part of this equation, my company. I don't know if it's too much to ask. Do you see him continuing with the company?
At this moment in time, Marie, I think he's with you as a startup. And then I think once you're really rocking and rolling, he's going to probably go on to other things. I think he's involved to help you in the short run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But this has huge potential, especially with the teenagers.
Okay. So I'll look into that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thanks so much for calling.
Thank you so much, Julie.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All righty. Our next caller is Gina. Hi, Gina.
Hi, Julie.
How are you, girl?
Hi. I'm great talking to you. I'm just thrilled. You have inspired me to become an energy healer, which has been, and I've always been intuitive, but I have some blocks that, I'm working those through. But I just feel like I have found my path, and it's really exciting, and I owe a thank you to you for that.
Oh, well, wonderful. Terrific. So
I hope that
we all
someday
can learn
I
how
can
to
do
do
half
it.
of what you can do.
Well, honey, I've been doing this for 25 years.
I know.
Well, you're a lot younger than I am, and you're starting earlier. But
No, probably not.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Well, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Denver. I actually live in Thornton, which is a suburb of Denver.
I don't know where that is. I have family in Aurora.
Okay, so I'm northwest of Aurora.
Okay. Oh, terrific. Well, good.
Almost just straight west of DIA Airport.
Yeah, that airport has the longest entryway I have ever seen in my life.
Ridiculous.
You drive like 20 miles once you get off the freeway and you enter the sign, "Welcome to the Denver Airport," and it's like 20 miles to get to the terminal.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then you come on that giant horse with the glowing red eyes, and you're terrified to go any further.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, good. Well, how exciting about you becoming an energy healer. What are you doing? Are you studying yourself? Are you doing some kind of a program or classes or what?
I actually have just met somebody that I am starting to work with next week.
Uh-huh.
So in addition to reading a lot and just everywhere I can find information, about it, and there's so many different modalities.
There are.
So, yeah.
Well, may I make a suggestion?
Yes, please.
The book that really started me on my path was called Hands of Light by Barbara Brennan.
You know what? I have noted that. I've heard you say that before, and I have that in a note that I wrote while I was writing.
Okay. So, she is a former NASA physicist who understood energy and quantum physics and all that kind of jazz, and then translated into understandable language for somebody who wasn't a physicist like me. I have a degree in communication. Non-scientific. I took communication, so I didn't have to take a lot of extensive math classes for a business degree.
Yeah.
And
and you have a lot of experience and a lot of education, from what I understand.
Well, I'm a serial entrepreneur and an inventor, and somebody said to me, well, I don't have any skill sets to, do anything. And I said, well, do you know how to read? And she said, yeah. And I said, well, that's all you need, because I don't know how to do any of this stuff. And I founded 9 companies in 5 industries. I didn't know anything about the natural gas business or the medical business or the advertising business, but I knew how to read. So that's
you
all you
are an inspiration to many of all the things that you've done. Yes.
I used to, people would say, well, you're a good cook. How did, was your mom a good cook or something? And I'd say, no, she wasn't a good cook. She hated to cook. I didn't start cooking people food till Jonathan ate people food when he was around 2. And people said, well, how'd you do that? And I said, well, I knew how to read, so I wasn't worried about it. Anyways, so that Barbara Brennan would be the first thing. The second thing I would do would be to go on the Barbara Brennan website and look to see what graduates of her school are in the Denver area, because my guess is there's probably one or more that are teaching in that area where you are, Gina, and obviously, I'm going to be slanted towards that just because that's the curriculum that I started on, so I know what I'm recommending there.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, but I would do that. I would go on. Cool. I think it's barbarabrennan.com, and I believe they have a list of graduates, and they're divided by states, I think. And
perfect.
And you're not that far from all that woo-woo stuff, up in Boulder, and there's a lot of woo-woo.
It's
not quite
everywhere.
As much as Sedona, but I know the Denver area and up into Boulder and Aspen and all of that. There's woo-woo around you.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, did you have a question for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's about my daughter, Bella, and she had, she was in a car accident about a year ago and had a concussion and whiplash, but that was over a year ago. But she still vomits just out of the blue, and it's every day. And she gets a really watery mouth. She doesn't get nauseous, but real watery mouth, and she has to throw up. And then she told me today that she's also feels like her body locks up, and then she'll get a shiver down her back, and then her body will release. And she says she feels like her body's telling her not to move, even though she can move. She says, I feel like my body's telling me not to move. And then she's got tingles in her right leg all the time.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to get her on my radar if she'll let me, Gina. And but the first thing off the top of my head is go to Amen, like Amen, AMEN, clinics.com. AmenClinics.com. You want to have what's called a SPECT scan done on her, SPECT, and you'll read all about it on that website. And they really are masters at treating concussions, and so many concussions go untreated, or they don't get the right kind of treatment or enough treatment for a long enough period of time. And so I'll be able to see if she'll let me scan her what's going on. But I would absolutely get in touch with Amen Clinics. I don't know that they have a facility in Denver. I'm not so sure. I know they have facilities around the country, but you want to read about that because it just has long-term effects. Obviously, that she's still having them. How old is she?
She's 17. She'll be 18 in 2 weeks.
Okay, so she's getting ready to go away to school, probably, right?
Well, she was, and then she decided that isn't what she wants to do. So now she's kind of in limbo because she graduated early.
That's probably a good thing till you get this figured out with her health. So, smart girl. All right. So what I'm doing, for those of you who are first-time listeners, is I'm raising my vibrational level to the level of spirit. We're all spirits in a body having a human experience. And when our spirits are in our bodies, we vibrate more slowly simply because the body has mass. So it takes me a nanosecond. I turn these abilities on and off at will. Gina, you'll learn how to do all this stuff. And I'm going to raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit, and then I'm going to close my eyes and watch a laser beam go from my body here in Birmingham, Alabama, out to Gina in the Denver area. And then, Gina, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect from you to Bella, all right? And then I'm going to ask Bella telepathically if I have her permission to scan her. And if she says, yes, I will. If she says, no, I won't. Even if she doesn't want me to, we can still get some information by asking questions. But I don't ever scan anybody that doesn't give me permission.
Yeah, I told her she has to say yes.
Yeah, I believe it's an invasion of somebody's privacy, and it's none of my business. And I just think it's wrong. I saw something online with some psychic that scanned Ivanka Trump, or was like. She wrote an article about what was wrong physically with Ivanka Trump, and I'm thinking that is such an invasion of privacy. I mean, goodness, I just was mortified by that. I thought, good heavens. So here we go. Laser beam heading out to you. Got Bella. Bella, I'm with your mom, talking to your mom on the phone. She wants me to scan you energetic. Would that be okay? Yes. All right, good. Good job getting that set up. Okay, so here we go. I'm shooting energy from her feet up through the shoulder. Yeah, she's got brain injuries. So what it looks like is brain tissue to me, Gina, looks like cooked oatmeal, like that Irish, that thick Irish oatmeal that they have in Irish oats that they'll have a lot of times in restaurants and buffets, like at hotels and stuff. And so what I see is a sore on that brain matter. And And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick healing on her just to kind of temporarily patch it up. I think it would make sense for us to do a private session. If you can make that happen, just go to my website, askjulieryan.com, and click on the button that says schedule an appointment. And that'll give us a whole hour to work on this. And, and if she doesn't want to be on the call, that's fine. You and I can do it. She's given me permission. But what I'm doing is I'm watching this injury, and imagine you've got oatmeal and you've got like this wound on top of the oatmeal. All right, this thick oatmeal. So what I'm watching happen, and I've seen this many, many times, is I'm watching it get scooped out. So there's a divot in that brain matter, which is like the oatmeal consistency. And now I'm watching stem cell energy, which is clear, looks like clear fog with sparkles in it, and that's coming in and that's filling in new brain tissue. She has several in her brain. So I think learn about the Amen Clinic, schedule a consult. What I'm doing is there's two other little ones. There's a main one as I'm looking at her. It's on the right side. So as I'm facing her, it's on the top right side. That's the biggest one. That one's been scooped out, and there's energy, new tissue generating energy going in. I'm seeing 3 other smaller ones. They're all being scooped out simultaneously. So everybody, this is a healing that's occurring on Bella, Gina's daughter, and so that's new stem cell energy going in there as well. Okay, and now I've put an iridescent bubble around her just to hold it in place in the short run till we can talk again. But I think let's work on her let's have an hour so we can do a deep dive on this. Okay. All right.
And you don't see anything else like lupus or anything?
No, I think it's all related to the concussion.
Okay.
Right now, I mean, in the short time, but the energy went to her head first.
Okay.
And it's always going to go where it's needed the most first. So that's why I want to spend
and it makes sense. That all makes sense.
Some time with you and with her so that we can, really figure out what's going on and then follow the trail and work on all these different symptoms that are happening. Okay.
Oh, great.
All right.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much.
You bet.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Yeah.
Take care.
Okay, have a great evening. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I believe our next caller is Allie. Hi, Allie.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm well, thanks. Where are you calling us from?
I am calling from Kansas City.
Oh, Kansas City. What's going on out there?
Oh, it's beautiful today. It's actually 68 degrees. It's been super cold, for the last, it seems like just forever, but today was beautiful. And it feels really good. It's nice to see some nice weather starting to head this way for sure.
I bet.
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
Well, I hope it's as pretty in Kansas City here soon as it is here in Sweet Home, Alabama, because everything's in bloom and it is just glorious. The dogwoods grow wild. The wisteria, this purple, it looks like purple bunches of grapes grow wild. So you drive by this grove of trees and there's all this purple, viney, flowery stuff. It's just incredible. It's the prettiest place I've ever been in the springtime. People look at me like I'm nuts when I say that, but it's just gorgeous. The azaleas are starting to bloom, and the cherry trees are in bloom, and beautiful. So I wish the same for you here soon.
It's coming. I know. I'm waiting. I'm patient.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking my call today.
You bet. Yeah. Thanks for calling in. You got a question for me?
Well, yeah. This pertains to job. Obviously, I feel like I'm kind of doing something just right now to kind of get by, and I have this passion for fitness, but I've had a back injury that's made things very difficult for me to pursue that industry.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess my question is, am I still supposed to do something with fitness? Is there some kind of online aspect of it that I'm supposed to be doing? I feel like there's so much more I should be doing with my life other than what I'm doing currently, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing currently?
I'm in sales, so I'm sitting at a desk 8 hours a day, yeah, and it's what I call a grind, and I've experienced a lot of anxiety from it. I just don't really feel like myself anymore. It's been kind of it's one of those things you do because you have to, to pay the bills and to live life, but it's not what I would love to be doing. And I just feel like the more that I'm doing this, the more I'm losing sight of what my passion or purpose should be. So I guess my question is what is my passion now?
Okay.
Do you know?
Here's the deal on life's passion. People get so serious about what's my life's purpose and what's my passion.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to be doing? Well, as humans, we're supposed to be having fun, living in joy, and co-creating with God. Right. It's as easy as that. So what brings you joy? I'm hearing the fitness business brings you joy, right? And I think the old saying, follow your bliss, it's that simple. What makes you happy? What is something that you're really interested in that when you're really focused on it, you lose track of time? Now, certainly we all have days where we think, oh my gosh, is this day ever going to get over? But for the most part, what aspect of fitness, what is it about fitness that brings you the most joy?
Well, I think it's the helping part.
Okay.
The helping people. It's helping somebody have a better life and to live with more joy for themselves.
Okay. So you get joy from helping other people find their joy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So stay focused on that piece. All right. And then what is it about fitness that really interests you? Or is there something else that goes? I mean, you can help people find joy a bazillion different ways. I mean, it doesn't have to be fitness related.
Yeah. Well, and that's what's been crazy. So, and I apologize for having this probably being a little bit scattered, but with having the injury that I have, it's limited me in my own fitness. So now, I feel like the part I love about fitness is probably finding ways to still maintain health and fitness and take care of yourself, even through injuries or obstacles, I guess. But for right now, I enjoy the nutrition part of it. I enjoy just the activity, the exertion of it. But I mean, honestly, it's just helping people change their bodies and to feel better about who they are.
Well, it's so interesting you're telling me this with this injury, because what I got when you were just starting to talk about this was this is probably an opportunity for you to figure out how can you stay fit and healthy in spite of the fact that you've been injured, and does that open up a whole new horizon for people who've been injured who can't do what they did perhaps one time or maybe not even ever? But I know there's a whole oh my gosh, what a niche that's probably very underserved.
Right.
So it seems to me that it would be worth your time to consider all of those different aspects of your different passions, bringing joy, something with nutrition and health and fitness, and perhaps looking at it in the scope of somebody that has had an injury and isn't as mobile or whatever as others, because there are how many fitness coaches out there?
A lot.
Countless.
There's a lot.
But I'll bet there are not that many that focus on people who have had some kind of an injury and maybe are living in pain. And something that may come out of this for you too, Ellie, is by them doing your fitness program when you develop it, perhaps for yourself, and then you can parlay that into helping others, maybe that'll help reduce their pain in addition to keeping them healthy and fit. So I think that just has tons of opportunity for you. Tons.
Yeah,
I would be asking the Google about seriously about and I don't even know if it needs to be perhaps paraplegics or quadriplegics, or it can get as deep as you want. But I know here in Birmingham, there's it's not handicap. It's that Paralympians train here. And all of that. I think the training center for the whole country is here in Birmingham, and a gal actually that goes to our church is a physician there. It's packed. It's just packed. So even tuning in to something along those lines, and if you email me, Julie at AskJulieRyan.com, all your information, I will get you in touch with my cousin who is a paraplegic. He was injured in a hunting accident. He fell out of a tree when he was bow and arrow, and he's in Kansas City.
Oh, really?
And, so he's going to know all kinds of opportunities because he was an athlete for a lot of years, a wheelchair athlete. And so I just think it would make sense for you to get together with him, or at least talk with him, because he can perhaps open some doors for you with people that you can talk to about all of this. But that has tons of potential, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You are so welcome. See, you get the woo-woo side and you get the entrepreneur businesswoman side all mushed together here.
You don't understand. It's my favorite picture is a woman sitting in a suit with her hands in a meditation pose. So I
love that.
Yeah, so that's perfect. Yeah.
So email me, Julie at AskJulieRyan.com. Give me your information, and I'll connect you with my cousin Mark, who's in Kansas City.
Thank you so much, Julie. Yes, I appreciate it.
Okay, thanks for calling.
All right.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody. We do this show every Thursday. We record it every Thursday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. The call-in number is 712-770-4160, and the access code is 533677# or hashtag. And you can find this information a whole bunch of different places. First of all, on my website, AskJulieRyan.com. If you scroll down to the bottom of the home page, you'll find all this call-in information. And then also on my blog posting, I, as I mentioned, every Thursday morning send out my blog. It's a question somebody has submitted online, and then I answer it, and it goes out in email format, and all the call-in information's on there. And then on social media, I always post something the day of the show, just as a reminder. AskJulieRyan.com on Instagram, just Ask Julie Ryan on Instagram, and Ask Julie Ryan on Facebook. So do that, and then also on YouTube, and wherever you download podcasts. All this call-in information is in the show notes. That's the description of each show each week. So go to all of those different places, and you'll find this information. Speaking of questions that have been submitted online, this is connected to a caller that we had last week named Lisa, who called in about a pair of hawks that were hanging out in her yard, and I'll fill you in on the rest of the story here in a second. But here was her question, and she had submitted it earlier, and I hadn't gotten to it yet, and she called in. So I thought it would be fun to take her question and see what else we could get from it. She said, "Hi, Julie. A pair of large hawks have been hanging out in our heavily wooded yard for the past several weeks, and they seem to be watching us as much as we watch them. When we go to different areas of our home, the hawks fly to trees directly outside of the rooms we're in and position themselves so they can be seen and can see us. During the 23 years we've lived here, we've seen an occasional hawk in our yard, but never a pair, and never for this length of time. These hawks have proven to be a much-needed distraction for my seriously ill husband and me and our family. What do you think their presence means? Thanks. And here was my response. Hi, Lisa. Before I connected to you and through you to the hawks, I was inspired to research the symbolism of these birds of prey. What I learned was fascinating. And here's what I found in my research. Hawks are messengers from angels, the spirit world, and the divine. They signal a time in your life when you need to focus on what's ahead and prepare for a leadership role. They also symbolize you are ready to fly higher than ever before and have an increased power of focus. They indicate you will take the lead when the time is right. They symbolize a strong connection to spirit, increased spiritual awareness, and they are reminders to open our eyes and see what's there to guide us. I imagine all of these symbolic meanings may resonate with you considering your husband is ill. When connecting with the hawks, they were there to provide entertainment and be a distraction as well as a soothing presence for you and your family. They told me they like it when you come outside and talk to them, and they requested you put out some popcorn and a metal pie tin for them. They showed me they'd like the pie tin placed in the woods. When I Googled hawks and popcorn, I learned they do indeed eat popcorn. I thought that was wild. And then I closed with, hope this information shines some light on your new pet hawks. Well, today, I talked to Lisa on the phone, and she said, can you scan where my hawks are? Because I haven't seen them in a couple of days, and I'm worried that they've left. So I said, yeah, they're still in your yard. And she lives in Ohio, and she said, yeah, we've had some snow, so maybe they're somewhere. She said, maybe I would think they would stick out more. I'm telling you guys, within 2 minutes of her asking me to scan if they were still in the yard and getting that they were, before I even had a chance to look for them, one flew by the window. And within 5 minutes of talking to her, one crashed into her window. And I said, see, they're just letting you know that they're still there. She also told me that her husband is dying, and they had just gotten the word a couple of days ago from his doctor to bring in hospice. So I thought this was so extraordinary, all this symbolism about, when the time's right, she has to take the lead, and that she has to be really focused, and that they're messengers from the divine and all of that. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It was just so extraordinary that it gives me goosebumps every time I think about it. And I thought you all would enjoy perhaps hearing an extension of that story. So that was the question for this week. All right. With that, let's go to our next caller, and I believe it's Susie. Hi, Suze.
Hi. Thank you so much for taking my call. I didn't know what I was going to do about Coco if I didn't get to talk to you, because I called you a few weeks ago, and I asked you if it was my dog or my cat, and I am calling from the San Francisco Bay Area. I asked if it was Coco or Griffey who had peed in my room on the floor, which they've never. I have wood floor, but still they've never done that before. And you said it was Coco, the cat, and you said that she wanted a litter box in the bathroom shower, because sometimes I'll leave her in there because he'll bother her, and she likes to be in my bed. Well, I did that, and I hadn't had a problem until this morning. And the litter box was in the shower. The door was open, so she could have gone into her regular litter box in the other room, and I just couldn't believe that Coco, I'm talking about you. I couldn't believe that. I think it was her. It smelled, and I didn't know for sure if it was him or her because they're both around, but I think it was her, and I'm just wondering if she will tell you what's going on, if it's behavioral or physical, or why she did that. And I assume it's her. I guess I should check that. But that's my question.
I would think it was her again, and I would think that you would be able to tell just from the volume. I would think the dog would have more urine than the cat, but maybe not. I mean, just because
she seemed to have a lot,
bigger.
And it was kind of like sprayed. She sprayed. Pardon?
She sprayed? She sprayed?
She kind of like sprayed. It was on the floor, and then it was like above, like maybe, I don't know, not quite a foot, but it was like I had a Victoria's Secret bag there, and she peed all on the floor, and then it got in the bag, and then she peed up above that, like I said, not quite a foot higher, but I just didn't know what to think. I was so shocked, because like I said, she only did it the one time before, and it was on a bag that was like a different kind of bag, left sideways, that made more sense. It was not in the normal place, whereas this bag had been sitting there for a while, like it was it was very surprising to me that she did that. So I'm trying to figure out what she's trying to tell me or what she needs or how to prevent this.
Yeah, bizarre. All right. So, Suze, I'm going to connect to you, and then through you, I'm going to connect to Coco the cat. All right, Coco, got her. What's up? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? She doesn't want you leaving her.
Oh, I can't help it. I got to see my son.
Yeah. Okay. Did you tell me that the dog and she don't get along?
Not particularly. She puts up with him, but he just kind of bothers her. He's a pup, more of a puppy, and so she doesn't really like him very much. I don't think.
All right. So, what can Susie do to satisfy you when she's saying keep the door shut?
Okay.
Keep the door shut. She wants separation from the dog. She's doing it because she's just mad. She's mad.
She's sad?
Mad.
Oh, mad.
She's mad. She's
okay.
She's just being a little brat.
That's why you normally keep the door closed, but this time it was open, and that's why I wasn't sure if it wasn't. Ever since you told me, what she's been doing, I've been letting her sleep with me every night, which means I'm getting hardly any sleep, but she's getting a lot of cuddling in between my times on the weekend when I have to leave her. So she's getting a lot of attention. It's almost like the more she gets, the more she wants. She'll bang on my door now at night if I have the door closed to try to get some sleep. So
she's used the word terrorize, that the dog terrorizes her.
Oh.
She's used that 3 times. So I don't know what the dog's doing when she's there by herself, but is the dog even there? Don't you take the dog with you when you leave town?
Yeah, we do, unless we're on a plane, and then like last week in Utah, my brother-in-law stays here. So, okay, well, I do try to, that's why I let her stay in my room and close the door, to keep her separated from him, and that's why I put the litter box in there. And like I said, she hasn't used that litter box. I don't think she particularly likes it, but, today was very surprising. So, okay, I'll try to, if she wants to be in here in my bedroom by herself, and if she will tell me, because that's the thing, I was scared to leave my bedroom door open next time I leave, because I didn't want her to do this again. But if she will not do this, then I can let her, be in my room where she likes to be.
The other thing that I would try, and this came in, and I don't know that it's necessarily from her, but I got leave music going on the radio. If you have a radio that you can turn to a music station, she'll feel less alone and less abandoned. Okay. It'll help some. And then, but yeah, I would keep the door closed. She's just telling me the dog's terrorizing her, and she was just mad.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad to know. And I've also been calling her when I'm gone and leaving. I changed to my regular voice machine, the one where you can call, not the voicemail, but the actual machine, so I can call and talk to her when I'm gone. And I tell her, I'm coming, Coco. So I'm trying to do a lot of things to appease her. This was just such a shock today. So thank you for the ideas. I'm going to
you are most welcome.
Try to handle that. So thank you, Julie. Bless you.
You're welcome. Bless you too.
Thank you.
Take care, Sue.
You too. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All righty. We've got a caller from the 954 area code. Hi, this is Julie. Who's this? Hello. Are you on mute? Do you have your phone muted? 954 area code.
Okay. Can you hear me?
There you are. I can now. Hi.
Oh my gosh, I didn't expect to be spoken to. I'm in the Fort Lauderdale area, and I usually am not home on a Thursday night, and I just felt compelled to check my email, and your show was on, and I thought, wow, this is for me to listen to, and I didn't expect to get the honor of speaking to you.
Well, tell me your name.
I'm Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. Miss Fort Lauderdale, I was going to call you.
Yes.
And we have Miss Fort Lauderdale on the phone this evening.
Well, thank you for the honor. Okay. Wow. I'm really excited. Do you have a message? Yeah. Well, it just seems recently I've been heavily in the metaphysical path, and more. And I know I'm supposed to be, well, not supposed to be. I feel compelled to be healing. And I'm calling in. I went on a trip to Abadania, Brazil, to see John of God, and that
oh wow, how was that?
An energy shift. And when I go to a metaphysical chapel on Sundays, and I'm one of the healers before the service begins. And I've been calling them in, and people are starting to come to me to receive. I channel the healing. It's not me doing it. So I wondered if you had anything for me to. And I also, some people have seen some of the John of God entities when I call them in, when I do some of the healings. So I wondered if you had any message or something along these lines to
Sure. Well,
me.
first of all, please tell everybody what John of God is. I know what he is, who he is, because I've seen stories and read about him. But please tell everybody who's listening about John of God.
Well, John of God was this man who, when he was very young, made an agreement to be the vessel through which entities can come through him. He goes into a trance, and different entities have gone through him to do healings, and through their interaction with him, he founded a healing center in Brazil. They told him the location. He's a very simple man who was not like highly educated with schools, but he followed their guidance, and they told him to go to Brazil to create this healing center, and it happened to be over like an area that had crystals, and so the crystals are, of course, powerful in their healing abilities, and it's just magical. People go there from all over the world, and they go through this to see him, and he's in trance, and different entities come through, and many people have, and he also did the psychic surgery where he would cut people open magically and then heal them magically. It would appear, and or you can receive a non-physical surgery, and the surgeries are real and they're powerful. And when I went there, I felt the energy. I was very sensitive to it, and I volunteered to sit in current. There's they called it current, where people can, because he's in trance and he's there for hours, on 3 days a week. So people are sitting in the current to support his energy so that he can sustain it, because it's not that easy to sustain such energy. And I felt the energy. I sensed the entities, and since then I just feel compelled that they are there to guide me, and I just wondered what you had. I hope I explained it in a way that's
you did a great you did a great job. And I think the entities that are communicating to you, Barbara, are your spirit guides. I think John of God uses his spirit guides as I use my own spirit guides. And when I'm watching healings happen, and healings we're all the conduit, the healers.
Yes, of course.
We're not doing the healing. I believe it's divine intervention.
Right, we're the channelers. It's the vessels that it flows through. Yes.
Yeah. And I watch surgeries get performed, and I see surgeon spirits, and I see other healers. I see hands, and I'm an inventor of surgical devices that are sold throughout the world. And for 35 years, I was in and out of the operating room watching actual surgeries, and I see energetic versions of that happen. And I'll see the energetic surgeons' hands working, and they use some of the same instruments they use in actual surgeries, physical surgeries, human surgeries, which is wild. and I can identify them. I know what they're called. It's hilarious. So those are your spirit guides that are helping. I also believe that the spirit guides of the person that's getting the healing are involved as well, as are deceased loved ones and, and other entities that come together. And in the Bible, Jesus said, wherever two or more are gathered in my name, miracles can happen. Somebody told me recently that when he performed miracles, that usually Mary Magdalene and somebody else, there were usually two women that were in his tribe, for lack of a better word, of his disciples that were always there. So what I'd like to do in the few minutes that we have left, Barbara, is let me hook into you. Let's talk to your spirit guides for a couple of minutes and see what they say. Off the top of my head, I was talking about the Barbara Brennan School earlier with an earlier caller. I believe it was Gina in Denver, and it's in Fort Lauderdale, right where you are. So certainly I'm inclined to recommend that school just because that's the curriculum that I know. But you may want to look into that, especially since you're right there.
Well, yeah.
Close by.
I also, at the New Life Expo, when there was a drawing, and I won a healing oil from a Filipino psychic surgeon that was gifted to Gail Thatchery. So I felt that, was wondering, that's not a coincidence, was it?
Yeah, absolutely. Did I meet you down there?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Were you in my talk?
I
Did you come to my talk on Saturday night?
No, I didn't. I wasn't. Okay. I can only go to the expo on Sunday only. I was not available.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let me get I'm going to get you on my radar. Laser beam heading to you, and Florida got you. Okay. So you have 7 spirit guides behind you. They're in a horseshoe. They all look like versions of Father Time. Picture Dumbledore in the Harry Potter movies or Gandalf in the Lord of the Rings movies, long white beard, long white hair, white gown. That's what they always appear to me, so I know who they are. And then when we go to each individual one, then they morph into whatever they were in. Okay, so your spirit guide, your main spirit guide's always on your right, at your right shoulder, and yours is a nun, believe it or not.
What?
Yeah, yours is a nun. She was a nun in the lifetime that correlates with what she's advising you on in this lifetime. So her name's Sister Mary Margaret. She lived in 1917, and she lived in Heidelberg, Germany. Okay, so why are you with Barbara in this lifetime advising her at this stage of her life? Okay, so she ran a school, she's telling me. She's helping you educate yourself on this stuff. She's there to help you find where are going to be the best places for you to learn how to do these things. So you can talk to her. When you talk to her, you ask her a question in your head real fast, and then it's the first thing that pops into your head is going to be her answer, okay? And I'm going to need to leave it at that right now, Barbara, because we're out of time. But please call in again, perhaps next week, and we can talk more about this or schedule a private consult, and we'll do a deeper dive with this, okay? But I'm so delighted.
Thank you so much.
I'm so delighted that you called.
I didn't know I would be on the air. I just thought I was listening.
Yeah. Well, terrific.
Thank you.
You bet. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, everybody. That's it for this week. I was on Sharon Wyatt's show. She's the namology gal that was on my show a couple weeks ago. I was on her show earlier in the week, so I'll post that on social media. It was really fun. I think you'll get a kick out of listening to it. And in the meantime, go to AskJulieRyan.com events and sign up for the drawing for a free session. And I hope you all have a great weekend and a terrific start to next week. Call next week. It's fun, obviously, and let's get your questions answered. So take care, everybody. Bye now.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Twitter at AskJulieRyan and like her on Facebook at AskJulieRyan. For information on how you can ask Julie your question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.